Touchdown, Miami!
Yeah! Welcome to the Basement Sports Network Miami Dolphins coverage, Miami Dolphins pregame show, a preview show, for the week ahead. The Miami Dolphins are coming off of a bye week, and they ready to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. But before we look ahead to that game, we got to look back. With me today, I'm your host, Roy A. Shepard, and with me, I got my boy Juan Cardona. Juan, how you doing today, my boy?
I'm good, bro. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling well. We got some things to talk about, brother, because if we take a look back, like they just got finished playing the Kansas City Chiefs in Germany. They lost that game 21-14. Another game where people are going, well, it's not people, it's just the reality. Another game where they don't live up to kind of like the expectations and they lose to one of the elite teams in there. Just give me your quick thoughts on kind of how that game shaked out, where you are now in terms of like your faith in the Dolphins and shit like that.
See, I really was trying not to be a prisoner of the moment, right? Like with anything, like I was just trying to take it week to week, whatever happens. But that game was nasty. That game was ugly, embarrassing, and everything I've come to expect out of Tua Tagovailoa. And when it comes to like big time prime games, dog, like it's just. It's who he is, bro. It's who he is. He's gonna come out slow and eventually put on a little show at the end and stunt for the hose. But like I am not fooled anymore, brother. I see it. It's just every fucking game you need him to step up and ball. He can't, and I feel like he has like those narrative games, right, where it's like versus Arizona versus Kyler, like he didn't really fuck with Kyler. The other one was obviously this year with Herbert, but like it gotta be like when it matters, dog. Like obviously this is looking like a week ahead, right? Because it's after the bye week, but the Bills are what 5-5, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it would be like right now to be 7-2 and sitting atop the AFC? 2-game lead on the Bills?
Brother. Listen, and then on top of that, like it's not only that you would be 2 games, like coming out of this bye week, we just got that Joe Burrow is out for the season, and that effectively kind of like eliminates Cincinnati as a true contender to this. Mark Andrews out for the year. So that means Baltimore takes a hit in terms of like their offensive production. Like you mentioned, Buffalo's struggling. Like you win a game over KC, you have a pretty much clean road to the top seed in the AFC.
Yeah. And listen, not for nothing, like defense came out to play. You know what I'm saying? I get it, like Mahomes down year, but a Mahomes down year, it's what you want your quarterback every year to look like. Like we're talking about, we held Mahomes to 14 points. That 7 points was, Tyreek fumble, what have you. I'm not putting that on the defense. Like, so you hold Mahomes to 14, and like your offense can barely even get you 14, dog. Like this is not. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen the comparisons of like obviously the Bills losing to the Broncos and we beating the brakes off them boys, but like I don't know how we would play against them a second time around. Like
the Broncos.
Yeah, I feel like we're just on two different trajectories right now.
The Broncos kind of getting their shit together a little bit. Like
we're kind of trending the wrong way too.
Yeah, bro, like what it feels like is kind of like you guys will end up as a higher seed than let's say the Bills. But you'll end up the 3 and they'll end up the 6. Like,
And
so
we'll,
you just
we'll see them right in the fucking first round.
in the first round, you see them, you got home field advantage, but it doesn't feel like that'll matter all too much because they just seem to have this team's number. I think for me, look, I said it before the first Bills game. It's just kind of like these games, the litmus test, the Dolphins have failed every last one of them. And so while you want to, like, they're solidly entrenched as a playoff team, I think now, with the occurrence of the bye week and all that kind of stuff. I think that's a safe bet to say that the Dolphins are a playoff team.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just what you just said about all the other teams.
Yeah, like it feels pretty safe. But to pencil them in as a team with a legitimate chance to come out of the AFC feels fraudulent to me. Like, and it feels like extreme cold. And people will use kind of how they finish and the seeding to justify what's going on. But in each one of these games, it just feels like
Gang, the only reason people are going to mistake it is because the next 5 games are against the Jets, the Commanders, the Titans, the Jets, and then the Cowboys.
And they're going to go 4-1 in those games.
And obviously the Raiders, true, this week. So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they could easily go 5-0. I personally don't think that's going to happen. But
no, I think you lose one. I think you lose one of them Jets games.
You know, I don't. You know, I just need to see how they respond this week, because like
you're gonna beat the shit out of the Las Vegas Raiders, bro.
That might be true. That might be true, but there is a scenario where, you know, Mike McDaniels hasn't gotten his shit together, and he'll let, you know, one slip, and then the next one, you know, oh fuck, it's the Jets. They got a good defense, and now it's like a quick little 3-game losing streak, and then it's like, okay, we gotta get our shit, you know, gotta get our shit together at 6-5. I can see that scenario playing out. But I actually do like Mike McDaniel a lot with a 2-week game plan. He's methodical.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it a little bit, so we might as well like address the elephant in the room with Tua, bro. Like in that game versus Kansas City, he did not show up. Like, yeah, he had 193 and a touchdown or whatever, but it just didn't feel like at any point that he was legitimately battling with Mahomes, even though he threw for more yardage. Like, it didn't feel like he came ready for that competition. And I know you've kind of had like a change of heart on Tua. You've been kind of vacillating between both sides on it. Where do you stand with your quarterback right now? Where do you stand with Uno?
He's you know, he's just a guy you're gonna win the easy games with, and the big games you're gonna struggle. You know, I don't know how I feel about him, dog. Honestly, like, I'm gonna just keep it a stack with you. I'm so conflicted now because it's like the same shit, dog. But it's like
it's different ways. Shit. Like, it shows up different ways.
But the same shit though is also like getting hot and being hot September, October, and then trailing off too. So if like that's gonna be a pattern too, like, we gotta call a spade. Like, yeah, his September and October keeps getting better, but like if his November, Decembers keep getting worse, like, we can't live like that, dog. Like at least I can't. I mean, I don't know how the motherfuckers gonna do, but I can't.
I don't feel like his Novembers and Decembers are getting worse. I feel like his Novembers and Decembers are better, but they aren't good enough. Like, he's not raising the level of play to, like, in November to December to what he's doing in October or September. Like, he's not raising the bar that much.
I just think we get figured out, dog. I think we genuinely do. We get figured out. A couple defenses do this. Oh, that shit kind of worked. Another one did this over here. Maybe we mix that in, get it together, put it in a game plan. And all of a sudden, you know, mind you, I told people for weeks the Chiefs defense is legit. Yeah. That, bro, those motherfuckers, they had us in motherfucking straitjackets, dog. Like motherfuckers were like MIA. Like I don't, you know, if we're gonna be the offensive focused team, like, offense got to lead. And lately, it's been feeling like the defense has actually been the one leading. So I feel like that's actually a positive development. I feel like it's like a positive development because, hey, not for nothing, the bullying works, and Bradley Chubb has been a dog.
That's what my pivot was going to be, bro. Like, while, you know, the offense is taking kind of like a turn or they're hitting a slump or whatever. The defense has picked their game up tremendously. As somebody who was probably leading the Vic Fangio as a fraud brigade, uh, you seem to be coming around to the defense is figuring it out or whatever. Like, do you think this is a matter of them getting healthy, or do you think this is a matter of just kind of like the scheme taking a little bit of time for the defense to catch on to, and now they're just catching fire with it?
I think the scheme was right. The players were wrong. Once Ramsey went in there, Kohu went to slot. Safeties, Javon Holland, he's taking a breather. He's not stressing who he has to fucking cover with Eli Apple's out there. And I feel like that loosened up everybody else to where, I'm forgetting his name, 21, new safety we signed.
Deshaun Elliott.
Deshaun Elliott, where he's actually been able to be a little more free and actually play downhill and actually made a couple plays. Additional to that, the D-line's been eating, bro. Bradley Chubb is a force on one side. ABG, like, sometimes I ain't gonna hold you. I'd rather see ABG out there than JP.
That's my guy.
Now, one thing they could do, which
JP has
did
come
a lot. I know, but one thing they could do is they could always put AVG on the outside and they could put JP on the inside, bro, like a 3-tech. Mm-hmm. And bro, Flores did that a couple times too when the boys were a rookie and then the second year, I think. And that shit is deadly because now at that point you got Chubb, AVG, and JP all at the same time, and your D tackle could be Raekwon to take up 2. Or fucking Christian Wilkins, which, I ain't really trying to toot his horn, but, I guess he's having a career year.
I'm about to say he's been playing better too, yeah. Like, he got him, I think he got him a sack. Did he get a sack in against the Chiefs?
I'm fairly certain he's like half a sack away from his career record. So
Christian Wilkins, no, he didn't get a sack. He did get a tackle for a loss. But, look, for all the...
No, he is officially at his career record. So his career high was 2021 with 4.5 sacks. He currently stands at 4.5 sacks. So career year for Christian Wilkins, although I feel like he's chasing him and not really in the run game anymore.
Yeah, he's chasing them and he's not getting there to a point where he's going to get the type of money that he wants. But I do think that Christian Wilkins has played better than he did to start the season. But it hasn't been like anything like otherworldly. I do want to focus on Chubb a little bit because much maligned, brother has kind of like stepped up and answered the bell as a pass rusher. He's been getting home a lot this season. Like he just feels like
brother. Even with Tyreek, Bradley Chubb has been a one-man standing on business versus 50 motherfuckers on all the primetime games. He has stunted when the hoes were watching. Brother, that makes my pussy pop. I don't know about you. When you was stunting for the hoes and you wearing that aqua and white, all right, bro, you got me. You got me. All right, might be. I was unfamiliar with your game, brother. I am sorry.
But
listen, I'm sorry.
But it, like to the point though, like that you came in here with like extremely high expectations of the combination of Bradley Chubb and JP. You wanted them to get, what was it, like 21 and 30. A half sacks or some 30 sacks. I'm sorry.
30.
Yeah, but even still, like with the way that man has been playing, bro, he has been absolutely dominant. I think he is one of the major causes for the defense to kind of like turn around, even though he's been consistent all year long. I like Jalen Ramsey. Added to that, you don't hear his name called, which means that he is doing the damn thing over there on his side. So that's cool. The run game, I ain't gonna lie, like I wasn't particularly impressed with the way that the Dolphins run the ball. But also this week, we can pivot this to
A-Chain.
Yeah, we can pivot this a little bit towards what's coming up. This week, the Dolphins do get Devon A-Chain back, and that has to be exciting. I'm not sure if I think that fixes the run game, but it damn sure helps. Tell me how you feeling about the return of RB1 essentially.
Listen, I'm actually curious. I feel like there's like a syndrome going on around in the NFL, like the Ford kid from the Browns, Mitchell from Baltimore.
Yeah, like, trying to talk about the little speed guys.
Yeah, brother. Like I've seen some crazy shit in the NFL, but averaging 10 plus yards a
Mhm.
carry, and it's like, all right, like okay, it's gonna come down, and it's like it hasn't come down. It's like no, it's okay. Like a couple, he's gonna have that 15 carry game where and he does, and it's like, brother, he just had 160. He just broke a 75 yarder,
Get up
and
out of
it's
there.
like,
David
I don't,
Montgomery
bro.
and what you call over there in Detroit.
It looks like he's jogging, bro. That
He getting up out of
75
there.
yarder versus the Giants, I think it
Yeah,
was
he got up
jogging.
out of there. Though. He got up out of there though.
It's just it's a different speed, bro. And I'm curious to see the split. I obviously think it's gonna be probably right in the hot hand, but I feel like they do trust Mostert, but lately I feel like the fumbles have been kind of scaring me a little bit. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
nah, I'm excited to see A-Chain, bro, because that kid's looking like rookie of the year, bro. Like, the, I mean, he's still like what, top 10, top 15 in rushing yards. He hasn't played in like
Let
7
me let me
weeks.
let me slow you roll with that rookie of the year talk. There's a guy down there in Houston. All right.
Oh, listen, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. My fault, game. My fault. That
That
that's not
boy.
even. That's not even. But the thing is, like, if you win
That's it.
MVP, like,
He in
I don't think
MVP
you.
talks.
If you win MVP though, I don't think you should win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Like, let a brother get some love, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got
Nah,
MVP.
let that black man sweep all them awards. I want him to
Hey,
have it all,
listen.
bro.
Listen,
That man.
I promise you, there is Tua stands somewhere that swear Tua had the same type of year that CJ Stroud did. Just because they're both like 6-4, 6-3, whatever it was that Tua was. But it's just different, bro. Like, I'm sorry, like Noah Brown having 180 yards, like that's what like I understand that, Tank Dell is nice. He is. I like him. But
Yeah,
like, bro,
but it's
they
Tank Dell.
have they have 26 back there at running back who was with the Bills, and brother's just the Broward version of fucking Miles Gaskin. So what are we really saying here? Like, it's just
and,
next level, bro.
and he's
Like,
doing
and
this with like a rookie head coach
and
who's a
it's, you know what I'm
defensive
saying?
guy.
Like, not for nothing, bro. Like, when you hit like that on quarterback, dog, like every other decision just looks perfect.
It
It,
makes
it
it look
really
so much
does.
easier.
And I just feel like people have never, like, I'm talking about like Dolphin fans, like they just never witnessed that. I guess personally,
Yeah.
because I mean, like, I've seen it, and it's like, how do you not want that? How do you not like want to draft a quarterback every year till you get that?
To watch a quarterback that can legitimately elevate everything around him is
Just
special.
changes your franchise. It changes your
It does.
franchise, bro.
It changes what you are as a team. It changes the perception around what you can do, and it changes like the reality that it was. It's a Falcons fan, but had to swing through just to leave a like. Let's go Heat. Appreciate you, gang. 1,000%. Appreciate the love. But yeah, I do want to pivot to Miami versus Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a weird team. They're five and
It's a
five.
scary team.
Yeah, they're 5 and 5. Uh, they started terrible, but like after they fired their coach and now have Antonio Pierce as their head coach, they have looked like a more hard nosed team. They look like a more physical team than they were before. And that has been the type of team that typically the Dolphins have struggled with. Those over physical teams and shit like that. They're starting Aiden O'Connell at quarterback, which is wild, but they have a run game and they got Devontae Adams over there. Just quick thoughts, like how you feeling about this matchup? Like gut feeling, like what is this shit kind of making you feel like?
Uh, I ain't gonna hold you. If I see a team smoking cigars after every game, I might be like, what are they on? Like, what's like,
Demon
how
time.
are they so confident? Like, am I missing something? Like, they're five. Like, I'm looking around. Like, they're five. They know they're 5-5, right? Like it's a different type of team. I feel like they're just like, what do they have to lose? Like, like, realistically, like a rookie quarterback, fucking an ex linebacker, a head coach. Maybe it works. I'm not saying that like a slander, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
and it's like, holy fuck, they got a little spark. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't got scrubs. They got Max Crosby. That boy's a dog. I swear he was smoking a fucking a blunt the other day, but I could be wrong. That did not look like a cigar. That shit dead ass looked like a wood. So I don't know what people was talking about.
They got Josh Jacobs back there.
They got Josh Jacobs, a dog.
Devontae
Fucking
Adams.
Devontae Adams, dog. So like they got you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't no scrubs. But see, that brings me back to my original point. Like our defense, could put up a fight with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going in there confident with my defense. I'm not feeling that confident with my offense though. I feel like maybe they need a get right game. This could be it. But yeah, like
I don't know if that's the defense to try. I don't know if that's the defense to get right against though.
That's what I'm saying. If they don't get right this week, it's gonna be. Listen, I don't like going against the Jets.
And that defense coming in there confident too because they made like a game-winning play.
The whole team is feeling confident.
Yeah, bro. Robert Spillane got that interception like at the end of the game to kind of seal it for them. Like it's just a really tough matchup for me to like look at and be like, yeah, I'm super confident in the Dolphins' offense, his ability, and that's a stark contrast from where we were at the beginning of the year, Juan. Because at first you were on playing like I don't really give a fuck what my defense does. I'm just gonna route with my offense, and now it feels like that's tilted in the other direction.
Yeah, I think the offense hasn't really pivoted well to like what other teams are doing. You know what I'm saying? Like especially in game, like we've never had a defense that's really stopped us. But whenever a team gets an early lead on us and we lose our run game, like we're getting wrecked, dog. Like there's nothing, and that's a little concerning because I mean if our top players are literally our quarterback and two wide receivers, not fuck the run game, but like why are we so codependent on it? Like there should be some level of all right, take the run game. I'm gonna fucking dink and dunk you and eat you up. But it's like it has to be kill shots and like Tua's been sloppy, bro. I don't care what people are saying. Tua's been sloppy.
So it's a point Kendall made a while ago, and it feels like it just seeps into the rest of the offense. It feels like if Miami can't get Tyreek going early and establish him as a threat, then the rest of the offense around that breaks down. So, like, you see a few games where they going 3 and out and shit, like in the earlier drives, and it feels like they have 2 3 and out drives. Then you can kiss the baby. Like, they're not going to recover for the rest of the game. But that feels extremely fragile, bro. Like, it.
But it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's I get what you're saying as far as getting Tyreek going, but like, where the fuck's Waddle been all year, bro? So it's like. Yeah, okay, we can't get Tyreek going. Sorry, 88 yards is, not getting him going. But where the fuck is Jalen Waddle, bro? Like,
I mean, he's dropping some passes, but like it's also like but dog, it's hard.
He's been hurt.
Yeah, that
he's
too.
Been hurt.
That too. But when he healthy, he ain't getting targets like that one.
I get that. But then that here comes the problem of who's giving the targets.
Who's making that decision? Is that play calling or is that quarterback like choosing to do that?
I think it's 100% play caller. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I've seen the Tyreek and Tua, they audibled and they made their own play up. I get that. But like it's different when it's in a pressure packed environment and like a big game. That's when you really see who steps up, dog. And I'm sorry, but 3 catches for 42 yards, that's pedestrian, bro.
I'm with
that's
it.
That's not a top 6 pick. I'm sorry. If
I'm
I've
with
been
holding him accountable, bro, but I'm not
hard on Tua, I gotta be hard on Waddle, bro. That's pathetic.
Yeah, but it's like you said, you blaming play calling and you blaming Waddle. I feel like he can't be both.
Yes and no, because I get that he's been hurt, but like if you're hurt and playing, you gotta live with the results, both good and bad. So 2 weeks ago, hey, New England, you popped off 7 catches, 121. I get that, but it's like in between, it's like versus Philly, a big game, 6 catches, 63 yards. Like I'm sorry, like I could get that with Devontae Parker, like
But like the game that you're
like
talking about, where he went off with the 7 catches, that felt like a game where Tua was consciously trying to throw him the ball. Like for me, bro, like I don't blame Tua for everything. I do blame Tua for ball distribution because he is a point guard at quarterback. Like, and it's his job to spread the ball around to everybody. And I feel like
so
he's the one who gets Tyreek centric, and
so
rightfully
you're
so.
right.
That's the best
You're
weapon in
right.
the
So
league.
you're right. Look, versus New England, he gave him 12 targets, 7 catches, 121, a TD, like I said. The next game that was closest to that, he gave him 10 targets versus the Giants. He had 5 catches for 35 yards. The next one was 9 targets versus Carolina. He had 7 catches for 51 yards. He in a touchdown. The Giants had a touchdown too. So it's like, like what are we doing with this?
I get it, bro. It feels like he's like when you read the stats off like that, it sounds like he's not doing anything with his opportunities. I mean, like when you're watching the game, bro, it just feels like it's Tyreek, maybe Jalen.
Yeah,
Tyreek. Like that's what the offense starts to feel like at times. Like when they're struggling, when they're up, it feels like they go above and beyond to
yeah.
get Tyreek the ball. Like I don't really want to like stick on this topic. I want to move on to this Las Vegas thing. What, if anything, are you like confident about with the Dolphins offense versus Las Vegas? Like, what do you feel like they will be able to do consistently, or do well in this game?
Really, I mean, our pass game, bro. Honestly, like I think their corners are complete pedestrian. I couldn't name you a single one of their corners, and our receivers are who they are. It's just gonna be, do they want it? Are they gonna get it? Are they gonna go and fucking be dogs? Like, that's the thing. It's gonna be, the tempo has to be set from play one, drive one. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it probably, in my opinion, won't be what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we should go out there and dog these boys out with screens and fucking tunnel screens and all this bullshit with wide receivers and jet motions and, starting Tyreek on the tight end side and, bumping them out. But I think this is going to be a run game. Like, I think we're taking the ball out of Tua's hands. I think it's going to be Devon Achane. It's going to be fucking Moser. If Jeff Wilson is active, he'll get a couple. But I just think this is going to be a run game that we just get our run game going.
I have a hard time accepting that as as a reasonable formula. Like I just feel like when you're in a position where you're trying to figure out whether or not you're going to pay Tua, like you have to see what he's capable of doing, how he's
Figure
capable of
what?
leading. Huh? Figure
Figure
out how
what?
much. I guess figure out how much you go pay Tua. Not if.
How much? Yes, yes, yeah.
Figure out how much you
Because
go pay Tua.
getting signed, brother, that was decided in July. All right, that was done. That was already. Hey, we got the contract. These are like the details. We're just working on total figure, yearly figure, cap hits. You just let us know how you're gonna play this year. That's where we're at.
Yeah, so it
They
feels.
said that they're gonna wait until the end of the year. We'll see. I still think December comes, he'll get signed, but we'll see.
But either way, though, like this is the time where you kind of like making that decision of like how much he's like worth being paid, and now you're in a situation where you feel like you have to take the ball out of his hand. Like
Hey,
that to me.
listen. I want to do because I've been thinking a lot about this, right? Like,
Yeah.
how much do you think he could ask for right now?
Okay, so bare minimum, he can ask for 40
No, you're
because
so off. You're so off. I'm gonna tell you why you're so off. Go ahead.
I was okay. So I'm saying that's the bare minimum because that's how much Daniel Jones got, and
Bro.
Tua's going to get way more than Daniel Jones. So bare minimum is you're paying him $40 million. That's easy. what I think he's going to ask for is about what Justin Herbert got.
I think he's going to ask for more than Justin Herbert.
You think he's going to ask for Burrow money?
I think he's going for top spot.
Number one, highest paid quarterback in the league?
He has absolutely every argument for him right now. If he stays healthy, listen to my mad scientist because it's sick. I'm fucking disgusted by it.
I'm walking with you, Gang. I'm walking with you, Gang.
How could I go in there as his agent, right, and not show them Deshaun Watson, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow? They all got paid, each one in increments higher than the other. I could even throw Lamar in there, really. And how could I not be his agent and go, each one of these contracts is a problem? Joe Burrow right now, allegations are loud. He is injury prone. Is that not something we said with Tua? Tua is healthy right now, balling. Justin Herbert, some say he has regressed. I personally don't agree. Some say, I could say that as his agent. A regression in year 4, while Tua has gone in a positive upturn or uptrend the last 4 years. Walk with me. Joe Burrow, who else did I say? Herbert, Lamar. What was the last one?
It's Herbert,
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
The nasty man himself. Brother, I don't know how to tell you this. His next 3 years, his cap hit is $64 million.
Brother, he has not looked like a $64 million anything.
So how can I, as Tua Tagovailoa's agent, with good conscience, go to sleep well at night and not be asking for the first, number one money for quarterbacks, bro? How could I not be asking for 65 million?
Brother Juan, you make a compelling argument.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's literally fucking disgusting.
And they kind of left themselves vulnerable to this. I think you said it a million times. They should have signed them if they were going to extend them. They should have extended them. What, a year ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah. You couldn't even did the Justin the Jordan Love shit and did it this year and just gave him a nice 2-year little deal right now.
That shit,
brother, they have left themselves open for a can of worms that I don't think they.
If they give him $65 million, Jalen Waddle is gone.
Listen,
right?
Conversations have been needed.
I'm not necessarily a cap guy when it comes to football. But it's if they give Tua $65 million, Jalen Waddle's gone.
Some would say the cap is going up by a lot the next couple years, 10 to 16 million. I get that, but the math,
what type of money you think? What type of money you think Jalen Waddle?
It's because he's not gonna ask for less than Tyreek. Why would he? No one's gonna ask for less than what the number one guy's getting paid.
Yeah,
because that's just market economics. So
Jalen Waddle gonna want his money. Javon Holland gonna want his money. JP gonna want his money.
The same year.
Austin Jackson.
Christian Wilkins wants his money.
Brother. Hey, listen. The Dolphins need a backup plan now. Do they have a backup plan, Juan?
For what?
For the fact that they finna have to pay Tua $65 million.
Brother, the backup plan is he gets hurt and we say, brother, we will pay you a little bit, but not allow you. You're kind of injury prone, but that's the backup plan right now, G. There ain't nothing else. There's no way to say, hey, we got this guy we like.
I got it. So listen, brother, I ain't gonna hold you. If that brother, goddamn one, that shit's kind of messed me up a little bit, bro. Because it's tough, saying that you need somebody to get injured to save you some money. But if that brother do get injured, he need to have him some insurance. So he should call my guy James Pugh, and the people over at Simple Health Advisors. Brother, listen, everybody watching, insurance does not need to be complicated. Make sure you email our guy James Pugh or give him a call today and tell him that the basement sent you. Email our guy James Pugh at jpugh@simplehealthadvisors.com or give him a call at 321-345-7738. Again, that number is 321-345-7738. We would like to thank the people over at Simple Health Advisors and especially my guy James Pugh for sponsoring not only this program, but the entire Basement Sports Network. Speaking of people who support this network, I don't know how many of you guys are here right now, but we, as a way for the basement to show you guys appreciation for you supporting this network, we are doing a giveaway. And what we are giving away is a PS5, ladies and gentlemen.
No fucking way.
The basement is doing a PS5 giveaway. We haven't quite figured out how we're going to do it. The nasty man himself came in on our comment section, or from our comment section, kind of hooked us up with some PS5s that we wanted to give away. We will let you guys know the details on one of our future streams. But for the bare minimum, you guys already know you have to be subscribed to the Basement Sports Network YouTube page and must be following us on Twitter at Basement Sports N. So yeah, we're going to be doing that in the next couple of days, giving that shit away just to show our appreciation for the people who came here and watched. One, I want to know, we talked about the offense a lot, and that Tua thing is going to be a conversation that I think we need to have ad nauseum. Like, we might need to set up a few spaces around that conversation because that's really interesting to figure out what the Dolphins' plan would be or if they are prepared to have to pay Tua that much money. But I do want to talk about the defense some and what you're most confident in and with them against the Raiders, because I mean they got a good running back and they have some good wide receivers that could get the Dolphins trouble.
Listen, brother, if Vic Fangio was able to just make rookie Tua look absolutely god awful, I can't imagine what he's going to do to Aiden O'Connell. Like, it will, like, someone's gonna have to call Child Protective Services because we're gonna destroy this kid. Like I fear for what he thinks he's gonna walk into because I'm just a believer in Vic Fangio at this point. Like, I'm sorry I doubted him. I did not know. I was not familiar with your game, brother. And you and Bradley, Chubb, like, you guys are just a pair, and I see it. I see the vision. You know what I'm saying? So just go out there, cook. I know you're gonna cook. I know you got the recipe. Chef it up, and we just gonna kill this rookie quarterback.
I think for me, the secondary, they moved me. I'm not gonna lie, the secondary moved me. Ever since Jalen Ramsey came back, they have looked like one of the better secondaries, and not only the AFC but in the league. Like, they have been very, very good. What they put on a masterclass against the best quarterback in the league in Patrick Mahomes. And so Aiden O'Connell stands no chance. Like, I just don't think the windows that he's looking for will be available to him. I'm anticipating the Dolphins getting a few turnovers to help the defense out. And so, like, I feel like the defense is going to be in a position where they're going to be very important to the outcome of this game. Like, they're going to be very influential in the way that this game moves. And I feel like they're going to have a bigger impact than the offense. That is a different theme. That is going to be a problem for me, though. If the defense continues to have a bigger impact on the outcome of games than the offense, that is going to be a problem for me. And people in Dolphins Twitter are going to meet another side of me that the Heat side of Twitter already hate. So, like, because brother, I'm not here for it, Juan. I'm not going to tolerate the same shit that people tolerate, and I don't give a fuck how y'all feel about me. I will cut y'all bitch asses out and keep it moving. I do not care. I do not care, bro. But look, I need this offense to show up, and I think that they will. I'm still in the point where I have like a little faith that they're able to turn around, make a few adjustments. I think the bye week came at a good time, so I'm looking forward to see what they can do there. But yeah, any other topic that you wanted to hit before we wrap this up? It's only two of us. He said, Royal, I know you can do a mean Cookie Monster impression. One day I'll do it, bro. I know people used to one day, bro, like, remind me again in like a week after I get over like Thanksgiving and shit. Now I'll do a Cookie Monster impression. But yeah, I probably can't do one. Anything else you wanted to touch on before? No. Bro, they used to okay, so back when we was at 5 Reasons, bro, people used to come in there and comment. It happened for like 2 months straight. Like, every Heat stream, somebody would come in there with like an impression that they wanted me to do. And I was able to do the impression like pretty good. So like, I don't know if this is a callback to that, but like I'm willing to do like an impression, like, but not right now, bro. Like I'm not in the mood right now. But what? Any other topic you want to hit on about the Las Vegas game before we kind of close this out?
Nah, gang, we good.
All right. So yeah, look, make sure y'all tune in to the preview show. That preview show will be 11 o'clock on Sunday before the game, and then we'll have a post-game show immediately following the game. But yeah, thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my boy Juan pulling up the work. This two-man game was elite. Thank you to my boy Justin in the back on the ones and twos. We'll see you guys next time. Play the video, Justin. This nigga Justin just be leaving, bro. He just be leaving in the middle of streams and don't tell me. And he could leave me a message.
Touchdown!